We are heading now to the finish in Blackpool. Number 21 is David Dillon of KFS Special Vehicles. Well, now the recycling team have taken control of the front of the peloton. Don't know what's happened to the Ploughman Craven team here. Ben Greenwood is up near the front as well, back from Italy. They turn right. They are heading now this 16 miles back into Blackpool. Got to be very, very careful round these corners. We've had good weather conditions, and Backstead has a little look around here, and it looks like he has decided, well, no, Backstead's got a mechanical problem, and it looks like he's now had a puncture, and he is being helped, by the looks of things, by one of the team cars. Of course, he's a lone rider, so he won't have a team car. Now, well, he's changed the front wheel. Backstead of Liquigas on that Cannondale bike as he powers his way back up to the... I'm just working out here whether he is at the back of the peloton now. So Backstead at hitting 40 miles an hour in his chase back to the front. He's going through the team cars. Another puncture on the left-hand side for one of the recycling team. And just when he... Well, this man's had terrible luck all season. He's had his shoulder... He dislocated his shoulder, he had a plate put in it, then he had a terrible virus after the Paris-Roubaix, he had a puncture at the wrong time in the Paris-Roubaix, and now when he's on the attack in the British Premier calendar, he punctured and he's gone all the way back through the peloton, and now he's working himself back to the front. But it just shows how good this man is. He has time trialled his way back on when the peloton's doing 40 miles an hour, and he's made it look very, very easy indeed. Now what he has to do is work himself all the way back to the front of the group and get himself involved in the action yet again. Backstead just having a look to see who is involved in the group, and at the front you can see the pace is still exceptionally high. The sprinters will be working out their team tactics and their individual tactics. Another attack goes at the front, and it's the sports cover team who are trying to just break the elastic on this run-in. Well, it's interesting now what's going to happen, because we haven't had a bunch sprint in this Premier calendar, and we haven't had such a flat run-in. It would be the first time that we will see the teams involved, and of course the KFS Special Vehicles team, the Pinarello Racing team, the Ploughman Craven, the Sigma Sport team and Science in Sport. They've got to get their trains involved here, and when we talk about a train, we talk about the lead-out train for their top sprinter. And it may well be that we see a rider who is not figured at all in this Premier calendar win this race. And so you will see the teams try and take control. They'll put all their riders on the front. They will shelter their sprinter on the run-in, and they will try and set a very, very fast pace. Number 59 just slots through the picture there. Gordon Macaulay. Well, Macaulay has not won a round of this British Premier calendar yet. He was second in the Tour of the Reservoir, second in the Lincoln Grand Prix, third in the Richmond Grand Prix. Macaulay, however, today might have to play second fiddle to his team captain, Tony Gibb, because Gibb is a fantastic sprinter. Three riders off the front, non-stop attacks, and as you can see, Macaulay absolutely flying now, gritting his teeth, powering his way back up to that trio, and he has now caught them. The Rafa Condor Racing team, number 66, Alex Hyman. They will be confident in their sprinter, Dean Downing. Another attack at the front. This is Matthew Stevens. Well, Stevens has got no sprint to speak of at all. Third in the Rydell Grand Prix. Stevens cannot wait for the finish. He has got to go out, and he has to time trial to victory, and that's what he's trying to do now. He's got his team tactics, his tactics absolutely perfect. Stevens trying to race back to Blackpool. Looks like we're near Lytham now as he powers his way towards the finish. A great number of spectators at the side of the road enjoying the run-in to Blackpool. Stevens hitting 37 miles an hour as he powers the gears over right on the front of the saddle. And we've had magnificent closed roads from the Lancashire Police. We must thank them today. And of course the work of Ivor Armstrong and his team at CDNW have put this race on. A new race in the British Premier calendar. Stevens right pulled forward on the front of the saddle. He's flat out, but it isn't going to be enough. The cavalry behind him are charging, and it is the pink clad riders of the Ploughman Craven Racing team who are doing all the damage. Now the trains are starting to form. Big Magnus Backstead is up there. He wants a win in this British Premier calendar. Well, you wouldn't have expected that at the start of the season. The Ploughman Craven Racing team, the Lancashire Police are closing the roads on the run-in, and it's now the Ploughman Craven Racing team who take control of the front of the peloton. The recycling team looking after the interests of the British Premier calendar leader Chris Newton. Of course, we have not seen this sort of run-in at all, and the prospect now is 80 riders absolutely thundering down onto the promenade in Blackpool, and it is going to be a Tour de France style sprint by the looks of things. The sprinters, let's just think about it. Who's a possible winner here? Tony Gibb of Ploughman Craven Racing Team. He's a possible winner. You could be looking at Dean Downing. Of course, he has already won a couple of rounds of this British Premier calendar. Russell Downing of HealthNet Maxis. He is also in here. He's a possible winner. He has got a magnificent sprint. You cannot discount Magnus Backstead, because Backstead has won some of the biggest races in the world. And of course we have this under-23 squad from the KW High Suderkampen. They have got sprinters in their midst as well. Well, Macaulay, you can see the sweat dripping off his nose. Here we go. They are racing in towards the promenade in Blackpool now, and they are all over the road. The trains are starting on the left of the recycling team, on the right of the Ploughman Craven Racing team. Backstead is in on the wheels. They can see the checkered flag. Now the sprint starts to open up. Backstead's looking for this one. Tony Gibb is going for it as well. Who's going to get it? Gibb opens up the power, and they power their way towards the finish. Backstead is in on the wheels, on the line. Tony Gibb takes the win for the Ploughman Craven Racing team. Backstead of Liquid Gas is in second. Chris Newton of Recycling in third. And Gordon Macaulay's ecstatic for his teammate. Well, look at this for a stunning sprint. They open the gas up, and it's Gibb, a former world silver medalist, who powers his way to the finish. Backstead just can't get on the wheels. Newton is in third. Russell Downing is in fourth. And here's the confirmed result.
I was hoping to be riding the Tour, but then the team unfortunately left me at home, and I thought, well, racing is better than training at any given level. So I thought, well, why not come up here and see what racing in the UK is like and riding the Premier calendar. So here we are.
What's your biggest hope for the rest of the season then?
I want to walk away with a stage in the Vuelta this year, and there's still no Swedish rider who's done that one. So that'd be quite cool to do.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.
How's the team?
Absolutely fantastic. Like I keep saying, I deserve about 180 metres of the credit for that race, and the boys deserve the rest. That's all I did.
A magnificent round of the Premier calendar. Tony Gibb takes a win for the Ploughman Craven Racing team. Well, here's the Premier calendar standings. Newton still in the lead. Dean Downing in second. Sharman in third. 2 rounds to go. Join us next time for the Grand Prix of Wales.